he just sent a serious message as Penguins blue chip prospect is making a massive case to make the team out of camp, and this has Penguins fans absolutely fired up. Hello everyone, welcome back to Penguins Digest. My name is Nikash Ganguli. Hope everyone is having an amazing day and amazing time whenever you guys are listening or watching this. We have an exciting video today about Benjamin Kindel, the Penguins' 11th overall pick from this past draft, and how he is sending a big message to Dan Muse and Kyle Dubas, the whole Penguins coaching staff and front office, that maybe he should get a spot on the opening night roster. But before we get into how Ben Kindel is making waves, make sure you guys do, of course, subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 67.5 of viewers who are not subscribed. So if you are in that large portion of viewers who are not subscribed to Penguins Digest, why don't you hit that subscribe button? It's right down below me. It's free. It's easy. And right when anything interesting Pittsburgh Penguins happens, we'll be covering it right here on Penguins Digest, obviously in the most digestible way fashionable. So hit that subscribe button. And also, here over at Digest Media, we are hiring. So if you are a big Pittsburgh sports fan and you want to talk about any of your favorite Pittsburgh sports teams or even write about them, you can type in that link that's on screen right now, digestmedia.ca/join us. Check the description, it will be in there as well. And we're always looking for people. Super easy to apply. It's super welcoming here. So if you want to do what I do, maybe you can even do it better. Apply, it's super easy. But I've been on for 90 seconds here. Let's get into the bulk of the video, of course. So first things first, from Pez Inside Scoop, before training camp began, Kyle Dubas said they wanted the younger players to assert themselves, and Ben Kindel is doing just that. Tonight, the 11th overall pick earned his 4th preseason game, scored his first goal in a strong performance, and read more. So read more, it's exactly what we are going to do. So it's cool that to me that Ben Kindel is playing very well. We did have a video up on the channel when he just got drafted along with Will Horkoff, but Ben Kindel to me is a super exciting player. I think he's super skilled. He's bringing that next echelon of Penguins forwards. Also wearing number 81. Shout out to Phil Kessel in that photo there, and he did indeed get his first goal. If we do look at it here, Kindel gets us going. He scored a nice goal against Detroit. Obviously, I cannot show the clip here, but a nice goal against Detroit. Again, the scores and wins never really matter in preseason, but it was nice for Kindel to get a goal, get on the scoreboard in that matter. He's only been putting up assists, but now he has a goal, so hopefully it'll give him some more confidence, and I think that's super exciting for Penguins fans to see Kindel put the puck in the net. And I think he was playing with Koivunen, who is someone that maybe he could be playing with for a really long time, and they both stay on the team for long enough. So let's see what Ben Kindel has to say about training camp so far. This is from the Pittsburgh Penguins website. In terms of what Kindel has learned, being dialed in every day is the biggest takeaway. Just keeping my motor high, working hard every shift, he said. I think when I move my feet, good things start to happen, versus when I start to slow the game down a bit too much. And at this level, it's harder to slow the game down compared to the junior level. Everything happens so fast, and I think that's just been a really big key for me coming into this training camp. And I think, so if Ben Kindel can maybe make the team out of camp, it would be huge. Maybe he only gets a 9-game stint. I think that would still be pretty sick for someone like Ben Kindel. And I think, as Penguins fans, we should really be excited for someone like Ben Kindel. I think it's been a long time since a rookie has come in, such a high pick, especially because the Penguins have not had a lot of high picks in the past, almost 20 years now, it feels like. So if someone like Ben Kindel could come in and make the roster, I think that would be amazing. Even if he could play in the middle six, I think, or maybe with Rucker or Grody out, maybe they'll throw him on line with Crosby for the first 9 games. Obviously, I'm not familiar with how Dan Muse wants to orchestrate the roster because it's his first year as coach, and maybe Kyle Dubas does want him to go back to the WHL, which may make sense. But to me, it's been super exciting. There's a few injuries on the Penguins rosters. Also, some guys I think Penguins fans are just tired of. Someone like the Noah Charis of the world, or just people they don't, maybe they're not as excited for. Probably not at all, because he's a 3rd, 4th liner. But someone like Ben Kindel, to me, is a super exciting player. Even Kyle Dubas did say, talk about him after he got drafted. He said, we had intel that he wasn't going to go much further beyond our pick, and we just didn't want to look back at it and say, geez, why did we pass on the guy that had 99 points and then stepped up his game in the playoffs? It has all the makings of one of those prototypical ones that we're going to kick ourselves about. Wes Clark, who's in the Penguin scouting staff, was certain about it for months that Ben should be in the mix and be a great pick. and he has a great belief in him. And from what I've watched on tape and live, I see exactly what Wes is talking about. And yeah, Ben Kindel has been a super, super strong player. Even if we do kind of look at his stats here, I think he's been, progressively getting better in the WHL. And I think if he does end up going back there, he'll be even stronger. In his first year, we're going to ignore that first year. Honestly, it was one game. But in his first actual rookie year, he already was putting up 60 points in 68 games, 15 goals and 45 assists. And then the next year, in 3 less games, mind you, he added 20 points to each category, if you think about it. He went from 15 to 35 goals, then from 45 assists to 64 for a total of 99 points. And in the playoffs there, he had 15 points in 11 games, 8 goals in 11 games too, which is, very, very strong. And I think if Kindel does end up going down back to the WHL, honestly think that's probably what's going to happen. I think he could probably be like maybe he's a 2-point per game guy down there, just the way things are progressing. He'll definitely hit over 100 points if he stays healthy, and I think someone who's already 5'10", 182, he's born in 2007, he's only 18, so he does have time to grow, and he's a center, so I don't know what's going to go on with the Pittsburgh Penguins center depth in the next couple of years. I feel like Malkin's going to retire as a Penguin unless something crazy happens. Crosby seems likely as well, but if those guys do move on, I think Ben Kindel learning under guys like a Crosby and a Malkin is huge if he does want to be maybe a second-line center or possibly a first-line center if he does hit his ceiling, of course. I think it'll be huge for the Penguins because also looking at his elite prospects bio, pace, vision, and translatability are Kindel's calling cards. With feet that never stop moving, he weaves through traffic, draws defenders, and works give and goes. In a single rush, he builds several passing plays and then escapes the wall for a chance. A skillful mid-range shooter and even more dangerous passer. He brings dual threat scoring ability. So I think he's a huge player for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Maybe not this year, but it'd be fun. It'd be cool to see him get in for a couple games. I'd be super excited for him if I was a Penguins fan. I think we should all be excited for him because the Penguins, they want to go young, of course. Unfortunately, if we do look at Josh Yohe's roster projection, he doesn't have him there immediately. Maybe it's a little ambitious for that. Even some people I've talked to don't think he is going to make the roster. But, he's been really good. Again, the forwards there, Crosby, Malkin, Rush, Raquel, Koivunen, Mantha, Novak, Tomasino, Dewar, Bros, Brazeau, Lizotte, and Hollander. All guys that probably will be in the top 12, especially because someone like Rutger or Grody's injured. And obviously, maybe Noah Charter will probably be waived, something like that. Or he'll be an extra. Kevin Hayes also injured. Might not make that. Probably not going to be there for opening night. So a lot of moving pieces there. But for now, Josh Yohe doesn't see him making it. But I did want to bring up this article from the Hockey News that say, Ben Kindel could make the roster, has been the biggest surprise of training camp this season. The 11th overall pick in 2025 has shown more NHL readiness than expected, and he, like Hayes, I think referring to Avery Hayes there, has not looked the least bit out of place, skating with some of the Penguins' best players. In fact, he has got better as the competition has gotten better, and a 9-game trial is unlikely because of the 4 logjam. As I said, the 4 is back there. There's just a ton of them. Even with McGrody not there, I think the 4 group still is pretty strong. But if GM and President of Hockey Operations Kyle Dubas meant it when he said the young guys are coming, Kindel has earned that through this performance. And I couldn't agree more. I think Ben Kindel is a super solid player. And he is playing again in tomorrow's preseason game along with some of the other players. I think Robbie Fabry has also been decent for the Penguins. I don't know if he'll get a contract just because the forward group is so deep. But yeah, if you tomorrow, October 1st, in the Penguins game, Penguins preseason game, Ben Kindel will be playing again. So super strong from Ben Kindel. And I think against the... it's against the Buffalo Sabres, 7 p.m. Ben Kindel will be playing again. So, some exciting stuff going on in Pittsburgh, for my opinion. And Ben Kindel, I honestly hope he does get the 9 games. I think it will be a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, I feel like he will be in the WHL. So, Penguins fans, Penguins faithful, let me know what you guys have thought of Ben Kindel throughout this first preseason training camp for him. Do you think he deserves that 9-game trial? Do you want to see him on that 9-game trial? Or do you think that you just send him back to WHL, get it over with immediately, because he is going to be probably one of the WHL's best players? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for everything Penguins, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out for now.